Hey guys, DakotaDogsDown here. This video is brought to you by Pulsar Pro-staff USA. Today I'm going to be going over my thermal setup for the DakotaDogsDown crew. I'll be going over what guns we use, calibers, what we use to finish off, like with this pistol here. I'll be going over what collars we use, what kind of sounds we use, stuff like that. So let's get to it. Okay, first we'll be going over our rifle selection. Probably our most favorite rifle is the 22 Creedmoor. This round seems a lot superior to the 22 250. Got a little heavier bullet, and the ballistics are just a little flatter shooting, so it allows us to take further shots without any issue. So this is a custom Tikka 22 Creedmoor with the Boyd stock. We went with the blue, kind of accents the Pulsar scope here. Then on top we're running a Pulsar Thermion XP52 LRF. Now this scope is pretty new, just came out with it, and it is pretty solid. I made another review on it in another video. If you want to go check that out, I can leave the link in the description. For the can, we use Silencer Essential cans. Now most of our cans are pretty old, probably 10 years old, but they have been pretty solid as far as suppression and allowing us to get extra shots. Next up is my custom 204 build. Now I haven't really used this on coyotes yet. I'm hoping to do it this fall, but that also has a Thermion XP50 LRF2 on top. And what I really love about this is just, I don't know, a lot of people don't really like the red, but it's kind of just a dream build I wanted to do. Got a Fortis lever action stock. Press this lever here, push it in where you want it, click it back in, and it's locked. Again, Fortis carbon fiber grip, carbon fiber dust cover. This is from Strike Industries, but pretty much all the other red accent stuff is from Fortis Industries. For the barrel, I went with the 22 or 24-inch barrel. It's a 204, like I said, and then the suppressor again is an old Silencer Essential can. Next up, what we have for finishing coyotes, if they're just kind of laying there breathing. This is a 9mm. So Shadow Systems MR920. Underneath I got this flashlight. Comes with the green laser. I don't know if you can see it on screen. There you go. Then we got a Tyrant 45 suppressor, also from Silencer Essential. Their newer versions are all the Banish models, so just in case you want to look for one. On top we got a Trigicon red dot sight, and this was one sweet looking gun. Next up, for the thermals that we use, this is the Helion XP38 spotter from Pulsar. This scope is really handy if you don't want to swing your gun around. It has a 640 clarity. Again, it's the XP38, so it doesn't have as big as lens, but it's still a solid scope and highly recommend it. Hopefully we'll be upgrading to the XP50 Helion 2 pretty quick, but that's what we got for now. What collars we use. We've been using Fox Pro now for over 20 years. And X-Wave, when they came out with it, we got that. We got it loaded with a bunch of MFK sounds, and it's pretty solid. And before we got the X-Wave, we had the Shockwave. Both will come with the TX1000 remote. Again, pretty solid. This thing has been through it. Been run over by the pickup a couple times, but it's still holding strong. And as far as sound selection, 99% of our sets will start out with just a hello howl, here I am. We'll see if we can get any response. A lot of times we won't. Then we'll just wait 5 minutes and play rabbit distress or something like that. And 99% of the time, if they don't come within the first 15 minutes, they're probably not coming. You kind of just gotta play the set outs, see what the situation is. If you hear them at a distance, you might want to wait a little longer. But you can kind of tell if the area is pretty dead or not. Next up for howls, for sounds, I got a set of hand howlers here. This is a Silver Dog Howler. A buddy from Instagram makes these. Then I got a couple Primos hand howlers. These are probably my favorite. This is a little dog, I think. Yeah, these Primos howls are probably my favorite out of the bunch. And I got this Primos rabbit distress call. This thing is really nice. And then I also have this Silver Dog horn howler, also from that same guy from Instagram, Steve Nordstrom. So if you guys want to check him out, you can. I'll leave the thing in the description. But yeah, this thing sounds really good. Yeah, there's kind of just a preview of that. Alright, last but not least, the tripod use for our weapons. So since I have an AR, I can put a dovetail attachment on here. Just clips in right here, screw it in, and that thing is solid as a rock. But for a tripod, I use a Slick Pro CF833. And this tripod is probably the favorite one that I've ever used. It can go really high, so no matter how tall you are, you will not have an issue with height. For the ball head, we have a Vortex ball head, and the price on that one's like $300, but it is well worth the money. This thing is solid as a rock. The whole setup probably costs around $500-600, and that's my tripod. Next we have the one Dad uses, and he has a saddle on top just because the bolt gun doesn't really allow anything else. Dad has the whole Verdiant carbon fiber tripod from Vortex. I personally don't really like this tripod because when you fold it in, the legs over center, and it's just very unhandy. Again, Vortex tripod, hog saddle on top. If you guys are interested in a scope like this, you can hit up your local dealer who has them in stock. My local Shields has plenty of them in stock. They've sold a bunch of them. I've sold a few too from a couple guys. And I highly recommend this scope. It's been really nice. I've been able to range about 1,300 yards with the rangefinder. It's got a really nice sensor in there. Very clear, very crisp. Highly recommend it. Like I said, I bought one first, and then my dad sold his Trail XP52, upgraded to the Thermion LRF, and it is a solid. Here is the biggest coyote that I've shot over the last 3 years of thermal hunting. Weighed about 41 pounds, which is pretty darn big around here. And right here is just a really cool koi dog, or whatever you want to call it. Got a red hair, it's really pretty.